Welcome to another episode of Rudolph's Mountains, and we are in the Pennines for the first time today, and I'll explain a bit more about that a little later on. So my original plan was to do these 4 tops tomorrow, but the forecast tomorrow is a little bit hit and miss. It might be fine, but it might be cloudy. So thought what I'd do is tonight I'm going to head out and do either 1, 2 or 3 tops, the right hand leg of the walk. And I'm going to enjoy that as a sunset walk. It was 2 hours to sunset when I left Stanley van, so I need to turn around time is maybe after an hour and a quarter, hour and a half, because there'll still be some sort of residual light a good half hour after sunset, and I've got a head torch and everything, so it should be fine. And then tomorrow morning, weather permitting, we'll come back out for a sunrise walk and bag the other top. That's all going to be in the same episode. So let's see how that goes. And first top isn't too far away. Hello there, welcome to the top of Blackfell. Oh wow, what a view that is, oh my word, absolutely beautiful. I've got to come back this way later. I'm just debating whether to give Daisy a run out now or whether to leave it until the way back. That's special, isn't it? Let's do it now. Daisy, over to you, sausage. Right, looking ahead to our next top. I don't think I'm going to have time to get there. But what I think I'm going to do is just going to push on for 15 minutes and then turn around again. Right, in about 10 minutes I've covered probably a fifth of the distance to the next top. So I could get to the next top, but there's no way I'm going to get to the further one, which means I've got to come back here tomorrow anyway. So I think it's going to be wise to cut our losses and turn around now. Let's head back to stand the van and scope out the route for tomorrow. Right, I'm back at the top of Blackfell. Just going to retrace my steps. So shan't video too much. I'll just do the odd clip now and again of the sunset on my way down. So I'll see you back at the van in a bit. There goes the sun. Right, I'm back at Stand the Van. Oh, what a lovely evening that has been. I'm going to get myself some tea and then I'll be up bright and early in the morning, and we'll see what the weather's doing and decide what to do from there. So I will see you in the morning. Nice and nice. Good morning, and here we go again. I'm glad I went out last night for the sunset because the very cloudy this morning, but the tops are clear, and so we'll push on and I'll see you back at the top where we left off yesterday in about an hour's time. Right, I'm back at the top of Blackfell. My goodness, sunrise has been and gone, and didn't get much really. Oh, the sky over there is quite pretty. But yeah, back where we left off yesterday. I know from yesterday's experience, jump straight over the fence here and move along on the other side. It's amazing how just the circumstances affect your mentality. Last night I was, because I was rushing against the clock for sunset, it seemed to take a long time to get to the top, and then when I got here and I could see it as the next one wasn't reachable, I made me feel quite down this morning because I got all day. It didn't take long to get here at all mentally. I just moved to the top really quickly. There are showers coming and going, believe it or not. They're not forecast until late this afternoon, and it's been snowing. It's bitterly cold this morning, but I think there's another snow shower coming in now. I see it coming in there. Oh dear. I don't think it's worth getting my waterproofs on, because by the time I get them on, they'll stopped. Probably. But when it's this cold, you don't want to get wet. Give it another minute or two. If it doesn't settle down, get a waterproof layer on. Wow, I read this was serious terrain in the book, and they weren't joking. Just a massive peat bog. Beware of flat ground. Oh, I've been here so many times where you think on the ridgeline things would be fine. isn't always the case. Hey, I'm glad I didn't do this last night in the dark. Can you imagine that? Holy moly. Yuck. I thought we had passed the buggy bit. Oh my word. Wow, that was tough. Dear me. So physically demanding and making slow progress. Oh, there's more to come, but I'm hoping we're not far off our next top, so maybe as we gain height the ground will change a bit, fingers crossed. So that here is Tom Smith Stone, which the next top, which is just over there, takes its name from, and doesn't look too far away at long last. Oh, this is the top of Tom Smith Stone, and our final top is just over there, and not too far away. Let me give a quick panorama before we head straight on. Totally different day to yesterday. The atmospheric conditions compared to a blue sky day, but they're both beautiful in their own right. On days like today, the views just change constantly, even looking at the same direction. The way the sun lights it, or the cloud comes and goes, or a rain shower, or whatever, it all changes the character of it. Anyway, let's push on to our third top of the day. And then we've got to retrace our steps to go over there. Welcome to the top of Grey Nag. Wow, it's been a real effort to get here. Whew. Right, let's take shelter behind the wall, keep warm, have something to eat, and let's do a quick daisy tour of this summit, because believe it or not, there's nobody else quite mad enough to come out here. Daisy, over to you, sausage. Right, I'm leaving Grey Egg behind. I'm now powered by mini Jammy Dodgers and a Rice Krispie Square. So that'll make it easy from now on with that sort of energy. I was absolutely starving, but I looked at my watch, it was only 8 o'clock. It feels later than this somehow. Oh dear. So analysing the map. I can't see a really good way of avoiding the P-tags we've done on the way. There is a route you could do where you just drop down into this big gully that separates us and the next top. And it looks like there's one place down the bottom of that gully where you might be able to get across, but it's a bit risky. You might get all the way down there and find there's no way across. So I think I'm just going to have to head back the way I came. Back at the top of Tom Smith Stone. Going to take about half an hour, which is good. The ground's definitely softer than it was before, so I'm not looking forward to the peat bog. But hey, it'll be a challenge, and we like a challenge, don't we? Yeah, we do. Just gone past Tom Smith Stone, and I thought I'd try coming back on the other side of the fence this time. There's a stile that helps you over onto the side, and if anything at the moment there's a more visible path. Right, I've crossed back over the fence because I'm not far off doing my my right turn. Overall, the other side was definitely better. You live and you learn. It was still a bog fest, but it was slightly easier to navigate, and the path that it was, I came and went, was generally closest to the fence line. So yeah, I'd recommend the other side of the fence rather than the way I came on the way. Right, let's see if we can find this right turn a bit further down here where we make our way over to that one over there. Right, that little fence post there, supported fence post, slight elbow in the fence line indicates the point where we turn right. Little Kiwi. Relatively easy going so far. If you're a tweeting bird of the grouse variety, I would suggest it's a very poor choice of place to visit. I suspect certain times of year there'll be much flying lead in the vicinity of this area. Holy jeez, I thought I was nearly there. I felt like I was approaching the top and it was just a false summit. But I can see the proper top now, and it's quite a way away. Oh, but never mind, because at the top of that is lunch, even though it probably won't be really lunchtime. My stomach says it's lunchtime, so that's good enough for me. Welcome to the top of Thach Mor. Only just scrapes being Nuttall, just on 2,000 feet. Must be one of the smaller ones that we do. But wow, I'm pooped, absolutely pooped. We've been really fortunate. There's been showers piling through all over the shop, but we've managed to miss them, which is amazing. So looking dry in the immediate vicinity, so I shall give you a quick daisy tour and then I'll stop for some lunch. You'll never guess what I've got for my lunch today. Right, goodbye to Thach Mor. Do you know, I really like that one. The vantage point at the top here, just absolutely gorgeous way of seeing it all. In the clips I've done so far, they could have sat there for hours. But time marches on. We retrace our steps initially, so don't do too many shots of that bit. Then we cut across to the top of Black Hill, where we were last night for the sunset and early this morning, and then we retrace our steps from there back to Stan Nyfan. Right, I've been retracing my steps, and this is the point where we deviate from our previous path where we approach from over there by all the kiwis, or grouse butts as they're also known, and now we start climbing Blackfell again. No prizes for guessing why they called this Blackfell. Oh. Right, I'm back at the top of Blackfell for the final time. Feels like an old friend now. And so this route, now we've seen before, so I'm not going to film too much. The Pennines. Wow. My first venture into the Pennines. There's lots of mountains that I've done that I haven't filmed, but I've never done the Pennines, any of them. So this is my first experience of them, and it's pretty much as I expected them to be. I did expect them to be rugged and tough, and I think in my Nuttall journey, the Pennines might well be some of the most challenging. Anyway, that all remains to be seen whether that's the case or not. It's been a great taster. I've really enjoyed it. I'm glad I've had my winter boots on, especially for going out for those first couple, because the terrain was rough, and I think if you're on really rough pathless terrain, a big heavy boot is better. Right. Oh dear me. So yeah, I think I'll end the video here. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed making it. It's been a real challenge. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. All be well.